with like they're trying to do a Toriando of some sort. They're already here, so we're in open guard, and spider guard is putting the arches of my feet into their elbow ditches here and here. So it's a position that you can get to, a defensive position that you can get to from here, and their hands are already where you need them. Now, we've spoken before about breaking grips and going to the gate. Those of you who are familiar with climbing, carabiners, they have the open areas called the gate. And so I think about that with the hand. Where is the gate? And if I push in, again, I'm pushing into the tension of the gate. But if I push to me, I'm opening the gate. I find this difficult for me to do because if they're attempting to pass my guard, they're trying to extend. And now I have to pull them into me, which loads them exactly what this individual wants to do, to, again, push outwards. And if you notice, my arches aren't in the elbow ditches. I often go here from closed guard. So when closed guard, the hands are, again, close to me and near me, and I start to position. So your choice on where you want to start from, but the option for spider guard exists in multiple places. I go into a knee shield, so like a knee shield wipe. I have my C grips, and I'm keeping my elbows tucked in close. And then I push the wrists together, and I knee shield over, and I open up this area here. And my foot goes onto the hip, into the hip pocket. Coach Michael references this as the golden apple space. It came from a story that I told the kids about Hercules tricking Atlas into getting the apples from the tree. And Atlas put the golden apples on his hip. So it was a story, that's where that came from. So I call it the hip pocket now, because I've matured. And I push it open.
No, you haven't.
And I pull tension from my shin into the knee ditch. This is called the knee pin position, or a knee pin, but I'm pulling his elbow ditch into my shin. And as I open up that direction, this knee comes over here. And I'm already in the hip pocket here on this side. So now I go up. Now notice that I'm off of my hips. Now I have the upa type or a bridge position, and I'm pulling tension in his elbow ditches into me. And then now I do the same position, I can do the same maneuver to get up into spider guard. I'm gonna windshield wiper over, pummel, and push my arch into his bicep. It's important that when you go into spider, that whichever leg is laying, go ahead and step out. Like, you notice which position I'm in? Shrimp position. Come back, please. That the bottom leg is the one that's lengthened, the one closest. If I switch and I put the long leg up, I relieve tension here. And now he has all these opportunities to get his posture away from me. So it's imperative that we make sure that this bottom leg, wherever one is closest to the ground, is the one at length. I call this the Power Ranger kick with the young ones. And I can switch by applying tension. And the top hand needs to be inside, on the interior. If I'm on the exterior, he can pummel under my shin, push me down, and now he's trapped my hand and my thigh. So once I switch, I apply tension in the direction I want to go in, and I pivot on my as less amount of surface area as I can. So when you're with your partner practice this. But remember, like we're doing our kung fu kick, like our hands are on the inside. Spider guard. You can practice this a few times. Get yourself in a good position. You could even use this as a transitional position here, but constantly pulling and applying pressure here. Okay. So in this grips and body positioning, I want to put as much pressure on this individual as possible. I want them to carry my weight. Sometimes you'll hear me say it when I'm rolling with you guys. It's like, carry me, carry me. I want to put pressure on him, not the earth. I get strawberries from the air. You don't do anything for me. First technique is a standard sweep. We can do an over the head spider sweep, or we can turn it into a scissor sweep. Those of you who are familiar with the scissor sweep, we simply block the area here, we load onto the leg, and then we look in the direction we want to travel, and we throw them over. Notice which position I'm in. Come back. Start in closed guard. I have my C grips, pulling his tension over, Knees are tight as I open my closed guard onto the hips. Head over, bring it in, kung fu kick. Or excuse me, I'm gonna keep this one here. And then I bring it on the inside. Less distance for me to travel. And now I'm gonna look over at Sean. I'm like, how you doing, friend? And I'm gonna do that tension. I'm gonna apply tension to him and move over up to my hip and look in the direction I wanna travel. Applying tension here. And I'm moving him, pulling him over. You can let go of this hand, but do not let go of this hand. Do not. I can use my foot to gas pedal to stop this one here. And now I'm able to tell by his body, his language, and by his positioning what's going to happen with that hand. What submissions can you see from here?
Wrist lock.
Yeah, you get
Triangle.
wrist lock, yeah. Keeping that leg over there, especially with the gi. The gi is a tool. We want to use it as frequently as we can. If I let go of this hand, I lose the control of this arm. So the sweep can apply and put us in a more dominant, advantageous positions. But we have to make sure that we're applying tension to these elbow ditch positions. Reset. Again, you can choose. It's your game. So if you're an open guard player, you can ask your partner to go for Toriando pass, right? And then you're just like, okay, slow speed, and you start gaining your positioning. You're like, okay, got it, push that one up there. This is karate kick, so I need my arm on the inside, applying tension. And I want to get the arch of my foot in the elbow ditch where it bends, and then applying, so it looks like a spider. And then if you'd like to, you can start applying tension into the arms and start playing around with it, see where you're comfortable. And then when I want to get my sweep, I look in the direction I go in and I pull. I need to be pulling this as I'm pushing over and looking to where I want to go. And he will go. Not letting go of this arm, but making sure that I'm foot stomping or gas pedaling that leg over there. Your choice if you want to start practicing going to a submission from here or getting to a more dominant position. Your choice. Any questions?
What's stopping them from the sweep, particularly when he's standing up?
When he's standing up,
Like,
what's
it looks like
stopping
he
him
can
from the
just
sweep?
yeah, it looks like he can just follow you.
Yeah, he could. There's a pass there.
Uh-huh.
The tension, having tension on that shoulder and in between these elbow ditches is what's going to stop them. And you can practice this with them on their knees. Because one thing I like to mention is if we're being proficient and practicing with people who are more proficient than us, they're not just going to let us have it.
Right.
When we do our positional sparring, that'll be an example that you'll be able to see it. But we're going slow. So as you're doing your 5, you need a 5 and then switch. Do your first one. I find out where your body positioning is best for you. Get your second one at a more advanced pace, and then really start to refine your techniques. So by your third one,